Good evening. I have to promise you two things. One, I will be very fast, and I will not discuss about too much actually about digitization or digitalization, how we call it. So I want to tell you some things because I saw that there were, let's say, mentioned in a couple of presentations, the challenges that we have now in Romania. So I will skip it directly, but before of this, I want to see some of the figures, let's say. So we are having around 4.5 million policies. I'm talking now about MTPL because MTPL is the main driver, I would say, for the motor business in our country. And also, what is not so good for us is that we are somehow almost number one in the Europe in terms of bodily injury deaths let's say per day even. Yeah, as you can see in the presentation, 5 deaths from crashes per day. Actually, a couple of hours ago, we had a very huge accident in Budapest on the border to Romania with another bus, 17 persons injured for a premium of 600 euro, and I will tell you why is this premium. So MTPL claim files around 340, 350. What is also very interesting is that in the last period of time, and when I'm saying this, I'm saying 2007 till now, we had a jump, and you will see this in the following slides. The frequency, it's around 7.8, but I would also mention that slightly start to decrease in the last period of time. So before of this, I'll call it that we face a pressure in Romania. And if I remember well, in the school, we had actually this formula for the pressure, and if I remember correctly, it's force versus surface, and in the end we have the pressure. And if we want to go to the forces that it's putting the pressure actually on the premium, we can see is frequency, of course, is this external claims. Indeed, in the eastern countries, we see a huge impact of the external claims, as you know probably. Of course, the spare parts, I know that you had also from Audatex some presentations, so also moral damages, bodily injuries, and so on. I will not insist too much. So as much of this pressure it's putting more and more, on these forces, it's putting more on the premium, then we will see how to cope with. Of course, digitization is one of them, using telematics it's another one, and you will see how we did actually to cope with some of them, and some of them actually was not in our, let's say, hand to deal. So it's just a short overview of increasing of external claims. As you can see, over 30% of the foreign claims are in Italy. Of course, a lot of concentration we have in Germany, France, and England. Many of them are coming from bodily injury. What we don't know, and we do not see in this graph, it's actually how many are produced by the trucks. We really see a huge pressure in Romania for the trucks and buses. And also what is average claim of them. But as we can see, it's huge increase, means huge increase on the cost, and again, another force which is coming on the premium. Looking to the spare parts, it's just a comparison from one year to another year. And you can see in the left side, let's say I didn't put the name of the car, and I just simply put it A, B, C, D anyway. And you can see from bumper, rear bumper, usually this type of elements are crushed in an MTPL. So these are the most, let's say, used in order to replace or repair. As you can see, it's continuing to increase almost year by year. Oops, actually you have a decrease on the lights, yeah, 6.5. But I'm sure that they are covering by the doors, for example, yeah, 20% increase. So I will not spend too much on this. I'll go back on the jump that I told you on the beginning. We had almost 1,000% increase from 2007 till 2014 in terms of share of paid claims in bodily injury in Romania. So this is huge, honestly. For an actuary to have such a figure is really hard to calculate the premium. But anyway, let's imagine that we are doing huge steps, really good one, positive, and I will show you how we are doing it. But in the meantime, we had a surprise from our government. Yeah, in the Q4 2016, we received a nice controversial legislation, which is even breaching the European directive in terms of Solvency II, and not only, but actually we have a cap on premium, so standard tariff, and this may us, let's say, like insurer, the life very hard. And why I'm saying this, it's that in this moment we have no more segmentation, so I cannot look to some client in a different way. Of course, in the same time we received huge costs on the claims, so we have to cover more cost on the claims. I'm just giving you an example, cost of, how do you call it, when you register a new car, so all the costs which are related to this you have to cover, in case of claim and so on. And what is also new is the direct compensation. Of course, this is voluntary. I'll show you later why. So, if we are looking to the positive and negative things on this regulation or reglementation whatsoever, we will see the minuses, which the biggest one is the maximum cap on the premium, which we are, let's say, as an industry fighting against this on all that means. And when I'm saying this, I'm saying that we make a clear notification to the European Commission, and also we put in the court, as each and every insurer, an action for this. Okay, the direct compensation is not mandatory. Okay, so this is good for us because maybe in the future we can sell it. And what is bad is that we have new costs on the claim. What is strange, maybe in other countries it's possible or not, but it's strange from our point of view, is that we have to have MTPL premium in installments, so cheap in installments, sometimes also for short periods, like 1 month or 2 months or something like this. Another, let's say, recommendation is a merger between two bodies, two associations. Some of you probably know what does it mean, BAR and FEPVC. BAR means the Green Card Bureau, and FEPVC means Victim Protection Fund Bureau. For now, they will be merged. We are in the process of merger. Actually, today was another meeting. We have a more relaxed bonus-malus system in terms of malus. And what is also bad is that we have a limited possibility for cash settlement in claims. This brings us in another bad position because we cannot use, actually, for example, an application in this moment to give the money to the client. If you want to settle in 6 seconds, like lemonade, we cannot do it, yeah, because we have to pay to the body shops and so on. So, by the way, the company that I'm representing, not today, we succeed to pay it in 6 days. Yeah, this is the, let's say, fastest in the market, the fastest term. So, back to the positive sides, because we have also some positive. Finally, we succeed to convince, and in these terms, yes, we had also the agreement of authority that we have to use telematics in tariff calculation. So now we have it in the law. Yeah? We can use it in the future. But with the cap, until the cap is out, we cannot use it. Also, what is good is that we can use the driver history in case of bonus-malus. What does it mean? It's actually you can go ask to the police or ask the driver to come from the police with his history, and you can charge him more. Yeah? Because, for example, if he had 6 or 7 penalties for speeding or, I don't know, drinking, you can use this. What is the most important thing, I would say, is this table of bodily injury calculation. Still in discussion, indeed, but it is catched in the law. So basically, from this year, we are ready to calculate moral damages based on the clear table, which for which we actually fight almost 2 years. Yeah, and another, let's say, gate open for the digitalization is this possibility to notify the claims online. So we started to, how should I say, prepare the ground for telematics, for, let's say, solutions in order to help the client. As a conclusion, even, let's say, the situation in this moment is not so, let's say, green. I would see it in a positive way. Because anyway, each and every insurer has this task, yeah, to find the best clients. The clients are willing to have, let's say, different type of policies, or personalized and so on. And this push, which is coming from different angles, including intermediaries, for sure, from the moment when the legislation will be gone out of the table, we'll be ready to implement more and more things. Yeah, we will start for sure with the notification of claims by online and prepare the ground for telematics for sure. So, shortly saying the overview of, let's say, our situation, even is not so good as I mentioned. We are seeing positively, and we know that in the end it will be good. So, thank you very much for today, and congratulations for all the presentation.